I want to get my thoughts on the raid tier. Okay, overall, I really like this raid tier. I thought it was really cool. I like the raid tier. My favorite fight is actually the second one. Now, is it my favorite to do? No, but the concept of it is my favorite. And there's a lot of things about it that make it unique. All right, the first circle. What'd you guys think about it? A 1 out of 10. Okay, seeing a bunch of 5 and ups. 3 Resident Sleeper. 7 out of 10, 6, 7, 7, 6, 8, strong 7, 5. It seems like you guys think it's a 7. I know some people said 8, some people said 6, a couple of people said 5, but the average is around 7. Yeah, I think it's around there. I do. So let's just look at like the big, like the big mechanics. Ethereal shackles, for those of you that don't know, it's like the thing where you have to be far and where you have to be close. You know what I mean? So you got the close people and you got the far people. And then later in the fight, they do it 4 times. It's the same thing, but you do it 4 times. This is a cool mechanic. I like this mechanic a lot. It also looks cool too. One thing that I don't like about this fight is actually the tank buster. I think the tank buster is fucking stupid. The tank buster is you either have a holy circle, like a shared, or you have a ranged knockback. Yeah, so supposedly the tank buster is like a wild charge. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Like, yeah, that's cool. You can have the off tank stand in front and take the vuln, but like, what's the point? Like, why would you ever do that? You don't know what a wild charge is? You need to watch my video. Purgatory is a flare, and that flare deals massive damage to the tank with the vuln. I just home gang that shit, man. But the thing is I don't think that's the intended method. I think the intended method is for you to share it or something. I'm pretty sure that people didn't even think it was a swap until like day 2 or 3 or some shit. Like, if you're gonna swap, it's fine, but there's no reason to have one tank in front of the other. I like the intemperance mechanic. However, I think it would be cooler if you could only swap 1 time. If you could only change panels 1 time throughout the entire mechanic, I think that would be better. So the way that intemperance was designed, I think it would be better designed a different way, but I still kind of like it. It's still okay. However, if you get the same color, it shouldn't give you damage down. It should just outright kill you. That's what I think. The fact that you can just take a damage down is really stupid in a Savage turn for such an easy mechanic. And I feel like that because you don't die, it promotes bad habits. The damage down isn't even a punishment. I mean, well, it is to your parse, but it's not to the fight because the DPS check is so lenient. It should be like Rama. In Rama, if you fucked up the spear, you kill everyone. In this, if you fuck up the color, you kill everyone. That's what it should be. You've been kicked out of parties because you told them you have self-respect and not take the damage down. I vouch for you, brother. The 4-fold timers, I think this mechanic is really cool. I actually like this mechanic a lot. I think doing it in Prague was really fun to figure out. I thought it was really cool looking, and I had a really funny moment actually. Hold on. Here it is.
We're good?
Now, I just want to point out, okay, before we continue. Now, had the warrior buff, the Tomahawk warrior buff, been in before this patch, I would have done more damage. You know what? I'm probably to blame for this because they saw how many times I was using Tomahawk and they were like, oh shit, we need to buff this move. So I am sorry, warrior community.
So, let's see.
I still have red.
Don't move.
3.
Oh
boy.
Yeah, we have to do 4.
Oh boy, dude. Yo, Tomahawk town. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Let's go.
Hell
yeah. Dude, how many? Yo, count them up. How many Tomahawks?
One more, Xeno. Don't hit us, Xeno.
Oh, shit. My bad. Oh my god.
Okay,
oh my god,
still.
dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. I thought we did it.
Oh, shit.
I got it. I'm sorry about that, chat. Okay. That was a mistake, but I liked it. I thought this was cool. Red safe. So what this means is that the boss is going to put a debuff on somebody called Shackles of Time, and it's during the dartboard phase where there's light green and red panels, and whatever panel the person stands on, that's the panel that's going to explode. I thought that was kind of cool. I like this fight. There's like a lot of different things you have to look for, right? You have to look for which side he's going to attack, if it's in or out. You have to look for the correct panel that you have to stand on. I think it's kind of cool for a first turn. Now, things I don't like about it, I don't really like that Intemperance doesn't kill you. I think the Tank Buster is weird. So I think it's a 7. Now, what do you guys think about this turn? Okay. All right. Here's what I think. That's right. I think it's a 10. I will explain why I think it's a 10. The biggest reason I think this fight is a 10 is because this fight showcases why positionals are fucking horrible and why they are limiting to this game. That's why. All of the mechanics in this fight, they utilize the entire arena. The way that this fight is, there hasn't really been a fight like it, where not only is the arena smaller, but inside of that small arena, there's only so much space you can go. And the biggest reason why I think it's a 10, one, the boss has no positionals, and two, the way that they design the fight and the mechanics to work within the arena. I think it's fucking awesome. Now, do I think that this turn is like better than, like turn 4, for example? I think design-wise, I think it is. I think that this turn is like actually groundbreaking, might be a bit extreme. I think that the way they designed this turn showcases why positionals are fucking stupid in this game. Obviously, this is just the second turn. It's not super difficult, but it's not supposed to be. But as a second turn, it is really good. I am a big simp for this turn. Last tier, they had a dog with poopy mechanics. This tier, they had a poopy dog with good mechanics. I think that this is really cool. The fact that you have these grates on the ground. You just have this as safe space. I think that's really cool. But then sometimes the whole arena is. So they're able to utilize the whole arena. I think that's really cool, man. I really like these mechanics where you have to find a safe spot, like a single safe spot, and then squeeze everybody in. I think this stuff's cool too. This mechanic is fucking awesome. There's like basically 2 different limit cuts all going on at the same time while everyone's on a platform. Dude, this is so cool. Like you have the body going back and forth here, and then you have the head going right here. Dude, this is a neat mechanic. It's really cool. There's a lot going on. So there's a lot of new stuff about this fight that I think was really awesome. They did a very good job. Yeah, like I said, man, the biggest reason why I thought this turn was so cool was because it was innovative, it utilizes the whole arena, and it really, really showed that positionals are a fucking waste of this game. They're bad in this game. They should be deleted. You guys cannot tell me that with the boss being able to move all around the arena and you not have to worry about positionals, that's not fucking awesome. That's pretty fucking cool. Obviously, all my opinions are, biased or whatever, but yeah, in my opinion, I think this is really, really fucking cool. I think it's a really good fight. Okay, the third. Okay, now I'm going to tell you from the start that my opinion is coming from a person that has played the game for way too fucking long. Now, do I like this fight? Yeah, I do actually. What would you guys rate this fight? A 4, a 0, an 8, a 7, a 2. Ooh, so some lower scores. 5 because colors are horrible. I don't think it's a bad fight, but I don't think it's a good fight either. Now, I think that if I would not have played the game for as long as I had, I would like this fight more. People with low scores are still stuck in ads and Party Finder. Actually, I was gonna say something about that. I'd give this fight like a 6. And the reason why I'd give it a 6 is because I think that the tornado phase is really fucking awesome. I think that the fountain phase is really fucking awesome. And I like the whole like death thing. However, what I do not like about this fight is that besides the tornadoes, everything in this fight has already been done. In my opinion, this is not a very original fight. Everything in this fight is just recycled. However, I understand that not everyone experienced some of the things in this fight. So let me give you an example. This fight is a combination of A11, which was Cruise Chaser, and T12, which was Phoenix, because it has the optical sight and the fountains. Now the fountains function different, but it also has black fire from 12. So basically optical sight is not new. The tank buster is kind of new, but not really. The tank buster is literally just you're getting tank tethers. I mean, Bahamut does that too. So I do like this fight, but the reason why I give it a 6 is just because everything in it is reused. Well, almost everything in it. The only like original phase I want to say is the tornado, right? Like even the death shit, like even the death mechanic. Well, that was reused from 04. Yeah, X-Death. Like I said, this is coming from the perspective of someone that's played since fucking 1.0. If you didn't experience the mechanics like from the past, then you probably like this fight a lot more. This fight has some cool stuff in it. Like I do like the black fire and white fire. I do like the optical sight. I do like the fountain of fire. It was pretty cool during Prague. Watch this. Watch this equilibrium. 173,000. 173,000. Dude, that's so badass. Yeah, that was cool. So during Prague, it was fun to see that. I think this is cool. You have 3 tornadoes you have to bait, then you have Protean. So you know what? Actually, no, this is a repeat too. This is just A3. This is just living liquid. Oh my God. All right, so I'm going to say this is about a 5. Do I like the fight? Yeah, but I also liked A11. I also liked T12. I also liked X-Death. I also like Living Liquid. Is this fight better than Thancred? Absolutely. Way better than Thancred. Thancred gargled balls. Is this better than E7? Absolutely. Is this better than Leviathan? Absolutely. All right, so let's go to the 4th circle. What do you guys think of part 1? 8, 5 out of 10, 7, 9, 9, 8, 8, 9, 8, 9, 10, 8. Fucking dog shit. Haven't cleared, can't comment. It's a 9 for me. And I'm going to explain. It's a 9 because it would be an 8, but it's a door boss. And I love door bosses. It's a very solid fight. It has some interesting shit. Roll call is a very interesting mechanic, I think. The blood suck mechanic is pretty cool. I really like P1S. I think P1S is fucking awesome. The orb stuff's kind of cool. I think that these mechanics, they're not too hard, but you have to pay attention. And I think that's really cool. I also like the aesthetic. I like how there's different panels. I really like the debate type of mechanic. So he does the blood suck, and then the people that he sucks the blood out of, you're not doing that. The other people are. I think that's cool. It's like you have to remember. It reminds me of Kefka, and I liked Kefka a lot too. I thought this was a good door boss. So I think this is a 9, man. I really do. Plus, it's a door boss, and I love door bosses. I'm so glad they decided to put a door boss back in, man. I fucking love door bosses. Hopefully, this will be an expansion of door bosses. Part 2. What do you guys think about part 2? I think it's a 9. I think it's really good. So I like how the boss will display the whole mechanic and then he'll activate them in a certain order. I think that's really fucking awesome. I think aesthetically, it's pretty cool too. I like the thorns. I like the way the tethers look. Although I will say this, I fucking hate breaking those tethers. Those tethers do not want to break. They're very obnoxious. When I first saw this mechanic, you had all of these AoEs, right? Like you had an AoE north, south, east, west. You had towers you had to grab. It just looked like a mess. It looked like a clusterfuck. And it was like, holy shit, what the fuck's going on? And then he tethers to one of them. And then you're like, oh, okay, this is cool. So that's going to blow up. Then this is going to blow up. Then that's going to blow up. So it's neat. It looks really cool. Act 2 is one of the harder ones to figure out, like blind. One thing I don't like about this mechanic, you don't get a debuff. If you have like a purple or fire, you don't actually get a fire debuff. I wish they would have put a debuff. Sometimes it's difficult to see. Well, during Prague, sometimes it was difficult to see. And it was kind of hard to tell what killed us when we would blow up like the dark, but we didn't know what the dark did. And at the same time, we blew up something else and we didn't know that the dark put a vuln. We thought something else put a vuln. I wish that there would have been debuffs. And I don't know how this fight is for like colorblind people, but Rab would struggle sometimes. You know, it was one of those things where it was like nothing he could do. So I do wish that they would have had a debuff. Man, Act 3 was lit. The boss, he kicks to one side of the room. You bait earth shakers, you grab towers. He kicks to the other side, you gap close across. They bait earth shakers. They grab tower. Dude, it's really fun. Act 4, the concept of Act 4 is pretty cool. You have people that break the tethers with the AoE, and then you have people that break like the towers. That's cool. I think I like these acts better than the relativities. They're more like fast paced, I guess. This one's kind of cool. The count. The amount of times people forget their number is crazy. You'll have like 2 people in one tower, 3 people on the wrong tower, man. Dude, counting is hard. This mechanic's hella scary, man. This really works your nerves. I think this is the hardest mechanic of the fight, actually. So yeah, man, I think this is a 9. I think overall the raid tier is super good. Overall score for this tier, it's a good question. Well, like an 8? I'd say a solid 8.
Fucking Phoenix. I hate him. 8 because of Phoenix.